Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Snowrunner, where we're traversing the very tricky terrain this game has to offer as we go about completing all the regional objectives in this game. Today we're back in the Yukon, we're here in Big Salmon Peak, and we're going to be focusing on a couple more contracts that are going to be contributing towards our regional objectives. Now if you guys remember, in the previous episode we focused on a contract called Factory Main Block, which is a prerequisite for one of our regional objective missions. But one thing I realized after completing that video and actually uploading it, I didn't actually finish the mission. I guess I got thrown for a loop because when we delivered those cabins, we saw that quick cutscene, even though it was rather dark. We saw the cutscene of the building or whatever, that particular structure being built, and I thought, okay, that was the end of the mission. And then I realized, no, we actually have one more thing we need to deliver, and that is the large pipe here. We have to deliver 2 of those, so we're gonna go ahead and do that today first up, and then we're gonna go and have a look at a regional objective mission as well. But first up, let's quickly go ahead and do this. Actually, real quick before I do that, I want to show you guys those cabins. We'll jump into our little caterpillar here. As you can see off screen, I went ahead and fixed up the alignment issues we were having in the previous episode. Last episode when we placed these two, it was a little bit off skew, and yeah, it was really doing my OCD, and I apologize to anyone else who's who's watching that episode, and if your OCD was being triggered, I really apologize, but I have fixed that. So but yeah, we have to deliver these 2 large pipes, and to do that we are just over here at the moment at the warehouse. We're just going to pick up some metal rolls and transported down to the rolled steel factory, where we can convert those into large pipes, because from what I can tell from the warehouses that are present on Flooded Foothills and Big Salmon Peak, none of them actually have large pipes as a unlimited cargo item, so it has to be crafted. So here we are, this is our truck of choice today, Dairy Longhorn 3194. So I thought, let's just use this, and to transport we will need 8 metal rolls in total, because 4 metal rolls equals 1 large pipe. So hopefully we can get this done quick and simple. Let's load 8 of them. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. There we go, 8 of them done. Now I'm hoping that I'm not shooting myself in the foot here, because metal rolls are very much a limited cargo item, and we definitely don't want to lose any of them. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. If you like this sort of content, especially when I get stuck like this for whatever reason. Why are we stuck? Okay, hold on a second. And yeah, if you guys are enjoying this sort of content, please do leave a like. I really appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, please do consider subscribing. Phase, I believe it's 7 or season 7 is out, and I was really excited. I actually, started planning and actually videoing, or rather filming the video that I wanted to put out prior to this one. But then I realized there really is no point, because one of the main additions to the game with this new season is the new vehicles. But in order to unlock them, particularly it's called the Azov Sprinter, which is what I'm really intrigued and interested to try out. It's actually locked. You have to do a number of missions in order to unlock it. So I thought, well, might as well just save that for this series later on, when we do go to that new region, which is called Tennessee, by the way. So I'm very much excited to check it out. I don't think this is the best way to be going. Let me back it up a little bit. and we'll probably take it down this way. This seems a bit more of a flatter route, because going down that way, I don't like the angle of that turn. Oh, there we go. Alright. But yeah, I thought I would use this truck and this trailer, specifically this trailer, for the amount of cargo spaces that you have, although it is very, very large. And yeah, you run the risk of this happening. Problem is with trailers in general, and I think I've mentioned this in a previous episode, there's no sort of, tire choices or ability to modify or customize the trailers themselves to sort of help the, the capability of them, because you end up having these sort of moments where you just get bogged down. Maybe using suspension mode isn't that helpful. Yeah, this is a truck that I saw on one of those, I saw a list of most useless trucks in Snowrunner, and this was one of them, mainly because of that that axle there, the first axle, which is retractable. Okay, we're really getting stuck now. Here we go, just gotta pull ourselves along. Once we get to the main road, it should be smooth sailing, so hopefully we can get through here. Got to maintain momentum. No matter how slow it gets, just have to maintain it. There we go. And we got stuck immediately. I have a bad habit of just jinxing it for us, don't I? Alright. Seem to be okay now. But yeah, this Dairy Longhorn, it has quite the interesting livery on it as well. It was a DLC livery. Again, when I started this series, I actually bought the year 1 and year 2 pass, so this is all included in it. And yeah, it's really cool with the moose. Very poignant considering we are in Canada, so that is pretty cool. Look at all those metal rolls. I'm really I'm very much anxious about, whether, like I said, whether I've shot myself in the foot with taking the metal rolls from that warehouse, because there is 16 in total in there, and based off all the other regional objective missions which have metal rolls in them, most of them are required to be delivered in the flooded foothills. And so I'm thinking, okay, maybe I will just reserve the metal rolls for those missions from the flooded foothills. There we go, just gotta drag it along. Very unrealistic, but no choice there. I envision us having this issue multiple times. But once we get to the rolled factory, steel roll factory, I think that's what it's called, we should be good. Basically just have to deliver those 2 metal pipes, large pipes rather, and we can then focus on a regional objective contract. I thought we can, I thought we'd focus on one specifically for this episode, just to, break up the monotony. There is a couple more prerequisites that we have to do, so this one, factory main block, is one of 3 that we need to complete. But I figured instead of, let's just slow down here, just check where we're going. Oh, it shows the cabins there, that's interesting. Snake our way down through here, yeah. yeah, instead of doing those prerequisites, which we can for this episode, but they're pretty much, from what I can tell, rinse and repeat of this particular prerequisite. So, you know, I figured I would just leave that and just do it off screen, just so that it breaks up the monotony, and so that we can, you know, just make sure we're focusing and making progress towards our regional objectives, you know, as streamlined as possible as we can. Whoa, took a bit of engine damage there. There we go. Oh yeah, this is the problem here. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Whoa. We got it. Alright. Oh no, I'm gonna have to navigate this now. This turn is definitely not gonna be our friend. Oh, taking engine damage. Wow, wow, wow. Taking so much damage on the engine. Wow. This is quite the excursion. Which just reminds me, let's have a look at the interior of this. Very military-esque. A lot of levers over there. I wonder what that's all about. Oh, sure. I love that mechanic. The fact that you can look outside your window. I love that. There we go. Making it in. Almost at the factory. There we go. Alright. Hopefully smooth sailing now. There it is. Factory's within sight. We can hopefully quickly get over there and drop all of these off. I'm definitely putting the foot to the floor now. Pedal to the metal. Come on. I can actually smell my dinner cooking as well. Oh. Bit of suspension damage. Here we are. Okay, so finally we have made it to the Yukon Ironworks. That's right. And we're going to be crafting these metal rolls into large pipes. Now, you can see I've got our delivery truck there as well for the metal pipes, but the issue here is going to be to actually make sure we have space to get out. So let's just drop these metal rolls off. Handbrake on. There we go. Unload. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Done. Alright. Okay, so let's go ahead and craft these large metal pipes, shall we? Here we go. So our crafting menu. Small pipes, no. Medium pipes, no. Large pipe. Here we go. So we need 4 metal rolls to do one. And craft another one. Now we will have to do 2 trips, I believe, because this is going to be rather embarrassing if if this large pipe doesn't fit. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, it's a 4-slot cargo item, so it fits perfectly here on our delivery truck of choice. This is the Western Star 6900 twin steer. Now this truck, I remember when I was first trying it out, which by the way, I didn't realize how massive it looks next to the dairy horn. This thing is huge. Alright, but yeah, I remember when I first tried this truck out, I thought it was so cool, and I still think it's probably one of the cooler trucks, just because of the elongated cargo bed. Basically, you know, a a truck and a semi-trailer merged together. But I remember when I was first playing this, or rather playing with this truck in the base game when the game first came out, I believe it only had diff lock available. There was no all-wheel drive or even raised suspension as far as I am aware. And really because of that, it made it for quite a... you know, it was an okay experience driving this truck, but definitely when you got stuck in some muddy sections of road, it was it was definitely slow sailing to try and get through those sort of that sort of terrain in the game. But ever since the game devs added all-wheel drive to this truck along with raised suspension, I love it. I've only played with this truck a little bit since those additions, but I'm loving it already. It's just so cool, and I didn't realize how massive it was. You know, next to that Dairy Longhorn, it was huge. Maybe it's the massive tires that you can fit on this. I believe there's 63-inch tires when you equip the raised suspension, which you can get in Alaska, by the way. I'm not sure if the raised suspension was always there and I just didn't discover it, or whether it was later added to Alaska. But I think it's a great addition. Really has added to the overall versatility and functionality of this truck. Just gotta check where we're headed. Yeah, we just gotta head up the road and drop this off at the unloading zone. Now I really hope we don't need any sort of crane or anything like that to deliver this pipe. I hope it can be just a standard, you know, you just roll up to the unloading zone and just able to unload it from the menu, because we do have to do 2 trips for this. Now I could have easily gone all out and come up with some really jank setup, but I just wanted to drive this truck, and I wanted you guys to come along for the journey as well. Speaking of which, let's just have a quick look at the inside of this truck. Because of the night time, probably not the best. You can see maybe if I drive under these street lights a little bit more, maybe you can see what it looks like. I love the interior of truck cabins, especially truck cabins that have, you know, sort of a sleeping berth. I'm so intrigued and interested by just all the different designs that different manufacturers have. And yeah, so okay, here we go. There's a fairly short trip, so hopefully the 2 trips we have to do can be done fairly quick and simple. Alright. Even without all-wheel drive, haven't really had that much trouble with this. But then again, the route from the Yukon Ironworks to the unloading zone is just tarmac. So, all right, cargo management. Drop 1 large pipe off. Let's go grab the second one, shall we? It's games like this that make people like me who would love to drive a truck in real life, but knows that it'll end in disaster. So, you know, we have these sort of games to live out our fantasies in, of driving trucks without the consequences of, you know, crashing a truck in real life. Because if you guys have played this game, you'll know the funny things that can happen in this game. Not just glitches, but just user error. I remember when, I think, yeah, in the previous episode, during the filming, I actually cut it out, but I might upload it as a short. But as I was traveling to, you know, to pick up the cargo with the Pacific P16 and that was super wide, or that heavy-duty semi-trailer that we've been using, I went barreling down this one stretch of road which is basically downhill, and I thought, let me put this in neutral to save some fuel, which, you know, in real life, it's not that it's a bad idea. It's probably not a safe idea. In theory, it's a good idea, but in terms of safety, not really, because there's no control whatsoever besides your brakes, and especially in the context of a truck, the last thing you want is to be relying on brakes, because these gigantic machines that are just loaded to the brim, especially. Oh, we've got a stall in here. Put it in low. There we go. Engage diff lock. Excellent. Yeah, you know, if you have you know, large trucks sometimes, you know, when they're coming downhill, the brakes just give in, you know. The brakes might be getting engaged, but they're just not enough to stop the momentum of the truck going downhill. So you need that engine braking when the gearbox is engaged. So, you know, you don't want to necessarily be putting it in neutral. Again, that's the great thing of being able to do those things in a video game with no real life consequences. Should probably put this back into auto. There we go. Because I did see a video recently, well, I think it's quite recently, basically a video of a trucker who, you know, his brakes failed and he was just barreling towards a school bus that was right in front of him, and he was just slamming the horn, you know, trying to warn them, and then he swerves to the left hand side. This was in America, by the way. He swerves to the left hand side, and cars on the opposite lane start, you know, getting out of the way and reversing, and he just threads the needle, you know, threads the gap in between the bus and those cars on the opposite side. So those sort of scary moments can happen in real life. Here we go, one large pipe to deliver, which brings us to 2, and we're done. Again, we're in nighttime. I apologize for this. This is that's really annoying. There we go, and we're finally finished off that mission. Oh my goodness. Let's accept the cash. $26,000. I'm happy with that. I hope you guys are happy. Now, let's have a look at the next mission that I've been wanting to have a look at in this episode, and that is the one labeled Mountaintop Delivery. Pretty straightforward one, not that many cargo items to deliver. In fact, it's just one trailer that we have to deliver. If we go to the Flooded Foothills where it's located, I'll bring up that again. Here we go. So one coiled tubing semi-trailer here located down at the railway station, which we have to deliver up to the gold mine. Now this is going to be quite an interesting trek. We will have to figure out a really good path to get over there, because I don't think it's the safest route to try and, you know, navigate through all these snowy parts of the terrain here, but rather try and find a good road that we can go up, maybe somewhere up here, but we'll get to it. We'll see how we go. I will see you guys at the railway station to pick up that trailer. Okay, so here we are at the railway station, just around the corner from the semi-trailer we're meant to pick up. And there it is, the coiled tubing semi-trailer. Wow, look at that. That looks so cool. Damn. That is, yeah, it's one big piece of machinery right there, and this is our truck that we're going to use to tractor this basically all the way to the gold mine up on top of the mountain. I think a little bit too far. Oh wow, I was so far out. Move forward a little bit. And reverses back. Brake there, handbrake on, attach trailer, done. And this is the Freightliner M916A1. Some of these trucks just have the most mouthful of names. It's just ridiculous. So, it's so annoying sometimes just to pronounce them. Alright, so I did a little bit of scouting just to sort of get an idea of the terrain we would have to deal with, whilst also checking possible routes that we can take. I did try going through here. You'll see this this little gap in this sort of grayed out area that I haven't explored. Basically, I cut across through here and went along the edge of the river and went up this mountain just over here. You can sort of see the path is lit up based off my exploration, and went up through here and up and around. This angle of the terrain, the slope rather, looks a little bit precarious, looks a little bit extreme on the map, but in actual, you know, while driving it, it's not too bad. So that's a possible path and onto the gold mine. This mission does call for an off-road truck, hence why we're going with this Freightliner. It says off-road truck is recommended, saddle high required, which we have equipped. Now the other route that I was thinking of taking, which I think this is the one we will go with, is we just basically hop onto the road, make our way out of the railway station over this bridge, and just where our Loadmaster is parked off to the side, we hang a left, go up through here, and snake our way through this sort of snowy little area. This particular section is deep snow, so I'm a little bit concerned, especially because this Freightliner only has a 200 liter capacity fuel tank, and it chews through it. So hopefully we can make it, and particularly this angle here, this turn, I'm hoping we should be able to make that turn without any issues. And then from then onwards, just hugging the edge of this mountain drop. It's actually fairly flat terrain, a lot of rocks, they're very rocky, but pretty much a straight beeline through to the gold mine. So let's jump into our truck, let's head down that path, shall we? Here we go. I think, yeah, using this truck compared to any of the other trucks is probably a little bit better, just because of its wheelbase. It's a little bit more, you know, sort of your traditional tractor unit sort of truck. You know, the types of the single cab sort of trucks that you see that usually tow semi-trailers. So hopefully we don't get beached here. We're good so far. We are down to about 168 liters of fuel, but what I'm thinking is once we get to our Loadmaster where we have to turn off, we might just siphon some fuel from that. Okay, here we go. So this one comes with diff lock turned on all the time. It does have the ability to turn on all-wheel drive as well. And this is a truck that does chew through fuel when all-wheel drive is engaged. Seems to be doing okay so far. I did seem to get stuck on terrain very similar to this, just like that, and I had to engage all-wheel drive. We might actually attach ourselves a winch here as well, just to stabilize ourselves, because that is one crazy angle. Alright, we're back on to some good old tarmac, at least for a little bit before we turn off. There we go. Yeah, the short wheelbase of this truck is definitely helping, and I think it should help us when we have to make that turn at the top of the mountain up the path that we have taken. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the inside of this Freightliner. Let's have a quick look. There we go. One thing that I love about the design of this game, the little attention to detail that the devs have, you know, really put into this game, it's the gauges. Real quick, I'm just going to shut off the engine. Just have a look at the gauges here. Everything turns off. Every single gauge is functioning. It doesn't matter if they function, you know, if they, what's the word, oscillate or, you know, vary as the truck drives. But the fact that all of them turn on like that, look at how cool that is. That's those sort of, you know, attention to detail is something that I really appreciate in games like this. Ooh, what are we getting stuck on? Oh, our old nemesis rocks. There we go. Here's our Loadmaster. Let's siphon off some fuel, shall we? And we have to turn left up here and head up this way. Fill up There we go. Alright, almost a full tank. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. The Loadmaster will have to be without fuel. Here we go. Alright. This is going to be the real test of this setup. Engage all-wheel drive. Are we getting stuck on something? No. I think we're really getting stuck. Okay, hang on. Let's see if we can coax this trailer along, shall we? Just gonna put it into low plus. Should be able to drag ourselves up like that. Excellent. There we go. Wow, I think we are going to struggle. I didn't think we would struggle this much. I'm not too confident now going up that the rest of this hill that we have to go up further up this path. There we go. I feel like I should have brought a heavier truck maybe. There we go. Alright, engage. Maybe a little low minus. See if that does anything. No. Alright, we're struggling. We've got to pull ourselves up now. There we go. This is it's got to be a struggle. This is definitely got to be a struggle, but it's alright. It's alright. It's all part of the challenge. There we go. Alright, we can do it. Come on, Freightliner. You can do it. There you go. There you go, buddy. I just realized I have my beacons turned off, and I don't think it's a good idea to stop now. Maybe, hang on, we'll stop up here. A little bit of flat ground. Turn on our beacons. Here. You're slowly sliding back as well. Oh! Oh, no, 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 no! Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, hang on a sec. Oh no! Oh, this is where we stop. Oh no! Oh no! That's annoying. Oh, man. Okay. Finally we sorted ourselves out. Wow, that was a nightmare. This did not pan out as well as I hoped it would. We're down to about 18 liters. Might need to siphon some more fuel out of our P12 that I got here. Oh my goodness, what a nightmare. Try and recover this. Hopefully we should be able to take the last bit of fuel from this P12, and that should be enough for us to head over to the gold mine and drop off this trailer. I will be so glad to see this trailer gone. There we go. Just making sure not to hit a rock at a bad angle and just tip the whole thing over just like that. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, not again. Oh. Man. Okay, so after messing around for quite a while, finally we're back at the top of this ridge here. Oh, I gotta confess, I've restarted this mission, or contract rather, probably, I think, yeah, 2 or 3 times now, just trying to get this up here, just because, just in this little bit here of this trail or route that we've been taking, I don't know, it just seems to flip over, this trailer seems to flip over, just over to the left, and it's just been such a pain. So I've just been working in tandem with this P16 and the Freightliner over there, just parked off to the side. Basically, I've been using the the P16 as sort of a wedge to keep, to keep the trailer from flipping over, and also trying to drag the Freightliner up as well while it's towing this trailer. Now, I'm thinking we might just finish this off with the P16 because, yeah, I'm really surprised that this this contract has, called for an off-road truck, which that Freightliner is, but wow, it's just been an absolute nightmare. Granted, most of it I feel like I'll take, part of the blame can lie with me just because I'm not paying attention to the terrain. But wow, this has been a monumental undertaking to try and finish off this mission. Oh my goodness. Tell you what, nothing beats this P16, even though it doesn't have all-wheel drive and it gets stuck like this, it manages to overcome it. Just got to give it a little bit of time. There we go. Oh my goodness. Plus, I think because of its wider, what do you call it? Not wheelbase. I don't know what you call it. Just because wider track, I think that's what it's called. A track. So yeah, just because, especially because the P16 has a wider track, it makes it a little bit more stable coming over this terrain compared to that Freightliner, which is a little bit narrower, so it's a little bit more sort of bouncy and wasn't very stable coming over those rocks. But here we are, we're at the gold mine. Oh my goodness. That was quite the adventure. There's a trailer that we have to deliver eventually. There we go. Delivered. And would you look at that, we've also gone ahead and started our regional objective, which is gold mining started. Wow, that was just, yeah. I don't even have words right now for just how crazy that was. And to be quite honest, I was so frustrated. I had to delete a whole lot of footage because I spent a good number of hours trying to get this crazy trailer up here after flipping it over multiple times. But that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode, ladies and gentlemen. If you stuck around, really appreciate it. If you like this sort of content, please do hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please do consider subscribing. It would help me out very much. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Take care of yourselves, and I will catch you guys in the next episode.